Everybody, you know what time it is.
You got a letter?
Yes, it's...
Even all the way out
Can you bring
here.
some fucking enthusiasm, Ambrose? What the hell?
And you get it every day. I mean, why is there to be excited for?
My God, be excited for me. When's the last time you got a letter, huh?
Maybe that's why he's not excited.
Excellent point. And it was delivered all the way out here on the road. That's impressive, if nothing else.
Yes.
It's been
A
a
weird
while.
little mushroom ran up and gave it to me. Anyway. It is from our friend Kantuka. And it says, what do you call an elf wearing earmuffs?
What?
Anything you want. He can't hear you. Well, thank you so much for your letter, Kantuka. I very much appreciate your joke.
That was a pretty good joke.
That was actually... that was a
That was
very
good.
good joke.
I agree.
Welcome to Power Word Fail, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition actual play podcast. Starring Andy,
Pickles. That's it.
Nathan,
Eugene, repentant.
Austin,
Ferric, the shadow-snatching soul. That's stupid. Never mind.
Allie,
Navarra. Curious to know if there's more than one traitor in our midst.
Ian,
Ambrose Buisson, and once again, I was right.
Katie,
And Dahlia Rowan, bearer of the hero's light.
and joining us will be Tyrell.
Ravenel, at your service.
And I am the Dungeon Master Cody, and this is episode 44 of Power Word Fail. Last time, you began your second day on the road to Ordemal by trying and failing to figure out what the strange travelers on the road have been up to the night before. You passed the rest of the day traveling uneventfully until you reached a river near sunset, the border between Mornstead and the concurrent theocracy. You decided to make a camp at the riverbank so you would be better prepared for crossing the river the following morning. But your rest was interrupted. Ambushed. You'd battled the bandits you'd spotted the night before, and after a bit of a fight, managed to put all of them down, and tried to keep a prisoner alive for questioning. Before you could get any answers out of him, a yet unseen final bandit silenced him with an arrow. The assassin tried to escape, but you were able to yoink him back and restrain him. And that's where we'll pick back up. It is dark. Your rest was interrupted. There is a smoldering campfire where you had set up your small camp, and you have one of the assassins captured.
And they're knocked out, correct?
Yeah.
Ferric is going to walk up to the group and is going to pull the mask off of the bandit.
They are a man. A human with red hair, freckles, green eyes, unconscious.
Ferric will turn to everybody else. Loot them. We need to know where they came from.
You're right.
Is everyone all right?
Ambrose is holding his abdomen where he got stabbed and poisoned. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good.
Suck it up, Ambrose.
Ferric walks over to Ambrose and stabs him and heals him.
Ow. Ow.
Don't worry. It will feel good in a second.
I keep forgetting about this sword. It's totally threw me off.
Yep. Hold on 1 second. And Ferric twists it, and you heal for 8 points.
Hey! That's a pretty good
all right.
stabbing.
I feel better.
Yeah.
Thanks.
There you
Appreciate
go.
it.
Of course.
Pickles is going to start going through all the dead bodies' pockets.
Pickles, are you all right? You were sort of on the front line.
Yeah, I'll be okay. We're just going back to sleep anyways, right?
That's the hope.
Not quite.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Did we tie this bandit up, or is he just sleeping?
If I remember correctly, you guys just knocked him clean out, but I mean, you could have tied him up in between episodes there.
Okay. Dahlia's investigation is shit, so she is going to spend her time tying up the prisoner.
I'll help you with that.
Ferric will hand you their 2 sets of manacles.
Thank you, darling. So we'll get him at the ankles and the wrists, and
Very nice.
then as soon as everyone's done investigating, Dahlia is going to hold some healing to wake them back up.
Ferric will stop you just for a split second let me borrow someone for our help. And Ferric is going to drag the corpse of the spellcaster away, and is going to come back and produce that same small wooden box that they snatched the shadow from, and is going to open that box, and they are going to transform into the person that they have just drug out into the forest using my Mantle of Whispers. So I use his shadow, I'm in the disguise, I gain access to all information that the humanoid would freely share. Information includes general details about background, personal life, but does not include secrets. And they have to roll a insight check against my deception, and I have +5 on that check if they try to figure that out. So I'm basically going to act as like a, come on, we've been found out. They agree to let us go if we tell them the truth. Like that's the game that I'm going to play here.
I see.
Well, that's new.
Even though
Nice.
we're definitely going to kill them.
Absolutely.
We are?
We can discuss it.
Pickles, you find some various short swords, crossbows, light crossbows. You do find some vials of poison
Cool.
that seem pretty strong.
I'm just gonna collect all those and give them to Ambrose.
Oh,
Let's
thanks.
see
Appreciate
here.
it.
I don't need these. I use my fists.
You find 5.
God damn, okay.
They are a
Plus,
one-time
do you think I could
use.
coat my fists in poison? That would be cool.
I can design something like that.
Yeah, it's cheating.
I mean, if I make it, it's not cheating.
Yeah, but the using poison is cheating. Like it's just got to be fisticuffs, you know. Like if I add poison, it's not as much fun.
I see what you're saying.
Not as sporting. I understand.
Nothing magical on them. They have studded leather, and that is it. They don't have any money. They don't have any written instructions.
I got nothing on them, guys.
Well, let's still go ahead and stow the studded leather. We can fetch a reasonable price for that.
Who's carrying it? You?
Sure. I mean, it's just leather.
You can put it in the bag.
Yes, I
Right, thank
thought
you,
Ambrose purchased something that could
Oh, that's right.
help us transport things.
I did not
Mhm.
remember that.
All right. So you want to wake this guy up now?
Ferric, darling, excellent disguise, by the way. 100%.
Thank you.
Do you want us to be threatening you or something? How can we help you sell this?
I've struck a compromise, and
All right.
they will let us both go if we tell the truth. This is a pretty cool voice, isn't it?
It is
I like
very
it.
charming.
I stole it. I stole it all by myself. That's what you get for using fire.
Understood. If you need Zone of Truth, please let me know. Otherwise, I will not use it because it might affect you as well.
Oh, I think I could dance around the truth a little bit.
All right, are we ready?
Nope. But let's do it anyways.
And Adalia will... Do I have to actually hear him, or can I just kind of like slap him awake? I can heal him. Just checking.
If you wait long enough, he will wake up.
Okay.
I mean, do you just want a good berry? I could just give you a good berry.
That would work.
Thank you, Pickles. I didn't think to plan for that today.
Pickles will just produce some good berries. Here you go.
Pop one into the bandit's mouth and then step back and keep her hands on fire to give Ferric advantage on any sort of persuasion check that they need to make.
He opens his eyes, looks around, realizes he's manacled. He would try and see through the disguise.
Here's my deception roll for that. That is a 14 plus 5, so 19.
He got a 6, so he believes it.
Ferric rubs their wrists as if they just got out of manacles and walks over and helps them up.
What's going on here? I could have swore I saw them kill you.
It was illusion magic, my friend. Now, they've agreed to let us go for information. I have already given them information, and they said, if your information does not match mine, we're both dead. So, I hope you're going to do the right thing, and not kill me here with these fucking idiots. No offense, but you are a bunch of fucking idiots.
Roll a perception check or a persuasion check.
I botched. That's a 9.
Oof.
Sometimes the dice tell a story.
Do you guys have any lights up during this?
Not unless you count
It's
Medalia.
nighttime,
I've
correct?
got my glow in the dark sticks.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna chill in complete darkness.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just so pretty. I just always emit light. I'm
Ravido just gives off a
painfully
glow.
gorgeous. Like, it gives me an aura.
Actually, when Adalia reaches a certain level, she really will give off light all the time. So
Ooh.
you're gonna have to stay away from her.
All right, so we can't see. All right, Pickles is hanging out next to a stick.
He looks at his friend and says, "If they don't kill us, the Brotherhood will."
I say fuck the Brotherhood. We can still live through this. Are you just gonna lay on your belly like a dog?
Would someone else want to try and give a persuasion check?
Sure. Navarre will.
I mean, I could just melt your face off if you don't answer questions.
Or an intimidation check, I suppose?
Or set you on fire, if that is more amenable.
I mean, I prefer to melt his face off, but all right.
Perhaps we could do sort
Just-
of a combo. Oh, yes. Sorry, Navarre.
Wait,
yes.
wait. Let me work on this. Okay. Navarre's going to walk down, sit in front of the first fellow and say, "Now listen, I am the only voice of reason in this group. Your friend here worked with me. If you work with me, I promise you, the Brotherhood will not find you. You will be able to live a life that you want to lead. I think you should work with us."
Would you like to roll a...
I did a
Jesus.
persuasion.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
29.
Yeah.
Just a cash 29.
Just
Nothing to worry
a
about
29.
He sighs and says, well, I suppose the only thing I can say without getting killed by either you or my own people would be that we're not here for you. You just got mixed up in this.
Explain yourself.
Navarre is
Tell
going
them.
to cast Zone of Truth while Adalia talks.
Explain yourself.
I can't say much, or else I will be directly going against my oaths, and I'll be hunted. But I can say,
Would you rather be hunted or die now? Those are your choices.
it's not a great option, is it?
Wait, why did you attack us if you're not here for us? That makes no sense.
He looks around and says, well, we had to get through you to get to our target.
Who's your target? There's only us on this riverbank.
And it better match my answer. We're both dead now.
Sounds like we might be both dead anyways. I can't believe you give up the information so easily.
You don't know what they did to me.
Did you come here to kill me?
Did you come for our companion?
He shrugs. I don't know, maybe you figured that out on your own. I don't know how they found that out.
Navarre is going to kick him right in the face.
I
Stand
see.
up and just kick him.
All right.
Did he pass his save on the Zone of Truth?
He's telling the truth, that he wasn't here for you guys. We didn't come to kill the heroes of Mornstead.
You still haven't said what you came for.
I mean, that only leaves Ravenau, so like...
What is the Brotherhood's quarrel with Ravenau?
Listen, I don't know. I'm just an assassin. I take the jobs, I fill them. If I break the contract, we'll be hunted.
Ferrick's going to cast heat metal on the manacles.
I'm actually going to make a... What's it called? I'm going to make a healing turret and throw it right on his body as well. So he is going to
Jesus.
burn and be healed over and over again.
Okay,
while
I'm
he
gonna
is-
walk away from
My
this.
friends, please, let us be rational here. We are not villains. We cannot torture this man. We stoop to the level. We are no better than them. Please, see reason. There's no going back from acts like this.
We did not agree to torture. We did not talk about this.
Sir Ravenau, it seems that you were the target. What would you have us do with the prisoner?
He should see justice. He should be held in court, and he should be imprisoned for his crimes. It is all we should do to this man. His other companions, they have paid the ultimate price already.
I put my turn away. Sorry.
I drop heat metal.
Navarre will lean down one more time and say, I suggest you tell us everything about who you're after, who sent you, and why you are here. And she will cast Suggestion. And that is a DC of 15.
I hope I have not upset you two. I understand your anger, and it may be warranted, but we have to try and move away from our base instincts to violence when possible.
He does crit his wisdom save.
Silvery barbs.
Damn you. He rolls a 5 on his wisdom save.
Ooh.
So Adalia kneels down next to him, and as it looks like he's about to rally and like resist what Navara says, she's actually gonna kneel down next to him and go as if she is going to heal some of his wounds. And she will, in fact. But first she casts silvery barbs, so white light starts coursing through all of her tattoos, and it kind of glitters up in front of his face. And then she puts a hand on his arm, and she'll give him a cure wounds. What the hey? So he heals for 13. Wouldn't it be easier just to tell us?
I will say that there is this line in this spell right here that says, asking a creature to stab itself or do anything that's obviously harmful would end the spell. And he's under the zone of truth. He ain't lying. If he breaks the contract, he will be hunted and killed.
Okay.
So to me, that would be obviously harmful.
I mean, it's your call. You're the DM, but I read that as like a physical harm in the actual moment, not as
I actually
saying
agree
something
with
that
that.
Yeah,
will
that's like,
too.
go jump off a bridge. Like, I think that's why it's put in there, not versus like, oh, you have all these stipulations, you can't do something like that.
So if you say, hey, go walk in that other room, but you know if you walk in that other room, a dude's going to kill you.
Yes,
That ain't obviously
that's
harmful.
obvious. But it's not like, oh, someone's going to kill me next week. Like, that's like...
I mean, he knows for a fact that someone will kill him in a week.
You may be right on this one.
That's it.
I mean, Cody, this is your
I think
call.
Cody's is interesting. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
for sure.
at the end of the day, it's your call.
It's
I think-
significantly. I will say, if we make a precedence here, that's all I'm just devil's advocate. If you set a precedent here, that opens up. Basically, I could just determine anything is obviously harmful to me and not answer any question untruthfully from that point on, which makes the spell pretty null. Because there's a lot of things
Yeah,
that are, I mean,
that is
to
true.
say anything that goes against, like, even if they weren't going to hunt him and kill him, it's obviously harmful for him to give us any information. People will be upset. There will be
Right.
consequences to anything that he does. That's obviously harmful. So if you set that precedence, anything he says is obviously harmful to him right now. That is
Yeah.
anything other than, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like
I've
that-
never
that-
used suggestion in a way that would make them act in a way that had no consequences for them. Like when you use
Yeah.
suggestion, you're
Right.
generally trying to get them to act.
Like if I'm suggesting you to tell me
in-
things that you're not supposed to tell me, that's harm. Like you tell a
Yeah.
guard, hey man, you need to tell me how to get into the castle. He'd be
But
like,
again,
oh yeah, that's
this
how you
is
get
your
into the
call,
castle.
Cody. I
That's
suppose in
harmful.
my
He's losing his
opinion, There's a
job.
difference between getting
Family's
fired and going to jail or, any of those
being
things versus like...
The
back out.
potential for
Execute
death
him.
versus
judge him and execute
guaranteed.
him.
guaranteed death.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all
I
right,
feel like
that's
this
fair.
is
neither-
really,
neither is a
really
guarantee,
solidly
but-
in DM adjudication gray area.
Mhm.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I
Well, I also think, like...
totally accept it.
Sorry,
Cody.
go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I accept it. I think that it's actually a really great line and a great point. Navarra will stand up, realizing that it had failed, and will kind of walk away and cast message to Ferric and say, see if you can get him to say or think anything. And after she casts the message, she's going to use her very last second level spell slot and cast Detect Thoughts on him. Also a
Nice.
Wisdom 15.
Ferric will walk over and lean down against the prisoner. Now I want you to think really hard. I want you to concentrate. Okay. We don't have much time to run. Where is the Brotherhood coming from? And where could we go to hide from them? Focus.
Yeah, I think that you would... like, Navarra, the surface thoughts that would come to mind when he says that would be, there is no hiding. He's like, they'll keep coming. As for where they come from, there is, I suppose, a brief flash of him thinking about you guys all getting the job from a dead drop in Mornstead. Just like there's just a tavern, not the same tavern that you guys have been hanging out at, but he goes there. He goes up to a very specific cask, and just under it, there's an envelope. He would look up at you and say, "You know we're not going to jail, right? They'll get us in there too."
We won't let you go to jail.
While he's under the effects of the spell, Miraz or Eugene would slink into his vision and say, "Well, why? I'm still so confused. Why is it that the Brotherhood would want anything to do with us? I mean, all we did was help the city of Mondstadt, and now we're on a diplomatic mission. There's no reason for anyone to take issue with us now that Zeus is out of the picture."
We weren't here for you.
For Ravenel, we know.
He looks around and says, "Look, if you want my best advice, just leave this guy. They're coming for him."
When he said they are coming for him, would Navarre have been able to glean any information to who they are?
The Brotherhood.
My out-of-character question was, do we know who the Brotherhood is?
I don't think you've ever heard of them.
I don't think we've heard them before.
No, we
right?
haven't.
We don't know what this is. Okay. I just wanted to make sure before I question him about it.
He sighs and says, "Well, fuck. Yeah, we were here to kill him. A lot more will be on their way."
How
I
many?
understand.
I don't know what to tell you. I got a letter, told me to kill him.
How much?
That's the standard operating practice. How much? Says me and my team would get 1,000 each.
Who's the Brotherhood?
Brotherhood of Assassins.
Where is the Brotherhood of Assassins? Are they local to Mornstead? That's where you got the job, right?
Says me and my men are local to Mornstead.
Everywhere.
I really don't know where the headquarters is.
How would you identify a fellow member of the Brotherhood? Should you perhaps meet them on the road?
He kind of smiles and says, "Well, you just know. Someone tells you.
Who tells you?
You hear a voice.
I see.
I can't explain it."
How did you come to be in the Brotherhood?
He kind of puts his head down and says, "When you've lived a life like us," and he looks up at Austin, "you just end up in the worst places and in the worst shape, and you take jobs you never thought you'd take, and you do things you never thought you'd do, and eventually, when you've got nothing left to lose, you hear the voice."
Ferric will shed a couple tears. Always that damn voice.
We had a good run of it. He looks up at Ravenon and he says, I don't want to go to court, so you can just do the justice now. I do appreciate you not letting them torture me." And he smiles.
What does the voice say? What does it sound like? What does it tell you?
He looks up at Austin's character again and he says, "It always sounds like your best friend."
It's the breath.
Ferric will nod.
Ravenel walks up to the gentleman. I'm assuming he's on his knees with the shackles. And he puts one hand on his shoulder and he says, "May you have more luck in the next life." And he stabs him through with his sword and then pulls it clear.
Wait. Is he still alive? He had 13 HP.
I think if you have some more questions, there can be another question before he does that. But
I don't really have more questions. I have one more question. So Adalia will try to catch him as he kind of falls. Your name. Is there anything you would like us to tell someone you loved?
My name is Krumek, and everyone I loved is dead already.
May you rest, Kermek. And then Adalia is going to put her hands on either side of his head, sort of cradling him. She's gonna, just carry him into the next life. And she is gonna use her crystalline absorption feature to suck him dry of his life force and take on his, replacing Miss Scarlet. She is taking on his, persona and voice and everything else as he dies.
Do you look like him now, or is it just you could?
I think, as he dies, light starts coursing up Adalia's arms, and for a second her face shifts and she's just this red-haired, green-eyed
Okay,
kid.
is this like a couple thing that you guys decided on that you're gonna suddenly just start like taking other people's faces? I feel like we need to talk about this.
Power
So
couple.
for a second, she kind of like, her face shifts back and forth between Adalia and this dying assassin. And then when he's dead, she just looks like herself.
Alright, I'm going to bed.
We're not gonna talk about the fact that they both just stole people's faces.
I mean, we did that as well, so...
You knew I could steal people's faces, Pickles.
I thought that was just your choice of disguising yourself with magic. So you killed someone for that face.
I kill someone for every face I take. I don't do it lightly.
All right.
Okay. Alright. We thought something was wrong with me. Alright, yeah, let's go back to bed.
Okay, good night, everyone. Bright and early tomorrow.
Revenal,
Wait, we still have stuff to talk about!
Revenal, why did they come after you?
Who would want to assassinate you, Ravenel?
Oh, well, I am a man loyal to the Crystal Crown. Any number of politicians, kings, queens, mayors, and ruling bodies of a certain type, those who might be corrupted or into shady dealings that might want me dead. Our order seeks truth. Our order seeks to protect those artifacts that the Crystal Court has left behind for us. There's a lot of power involved in those things, and many mortal men and women who would gladly take that power for themselves, thinking that they could make the world a better place. You should know this. These items, these shards, no matter how good your intentions are, you will not make the world a better place. No man was made to hold this power. It corrupts completely. There are still those who would think that we are stealing a chance at them protecting their people or creating a better world. So, if you want to know who would want me or any of my brothers dead, there are many, I would say.
That's a great story, and I understand, but I'm asking you as in a person, is there one person in particular who has wanted the power for themselves, enough to kill you, to hire assassins? That seems a little extreme.
Sounds like Ordemal. Think about it. We're heading to the theocracy. We're on the border.
I don't believe
You're investigating it.
Ordemal would want me dead. I don't know that they would even know who I am, honestly.
Then it must have been someone here in Mondstadt, and you've no idea who it could be. A specific person.
Like I said, I don't have personal enemies that I know of. I have quite a good rapport with most that I am involved with, if not all. But I do know that I have enemies, whether they show themselves or not. And others of my brothers have fallen to the blade just like this. Would not be the first time.
Brothers.
My biggest concern is that if they found us here, they may have sent for me to be killed because we are moving towards a shard of power right now. And that was my mission from the start. They know about that. They might be trying to stop me.
Could I ask, if you actually get your power from one particular type of crystal or guardian or deity, do you lean towards one, or is it the crown as a whole?
My faith is in the Crystal Court and the crown itself. An undivided belief.
Interesting. I've not seen a paladin like you. I'm excited to see what more you can do.
I hope that I can continue to be of service to you all. You are on a rocky path, to say the least, and I am sorry that I have brought more strife to that.
It's just like part of the becoming part of the group now. Like, we all just bring a bunch of shit and we almost die. Like, just like initiation at this point. We just gotta wait for Navarra's turn. Navarra, do you have anybody trying to kill you or like really bad shit in your past we gotta worry about?
Oh no, not at all. I am a little concerned though. So, why is it okay to kill someone without group consent, but not okay to interrogate without group consent?
Well, I mean, every time assassins show up, you want us to ask if we could protect
but the
ourselves?
last assassin, I mean, we just killed him without any consent.
I apologize if I
versus-
overstepped my bounds.
You did.
No, I am new as well. I just want to understand the rules.
I mean, we said before we interrogated him that we were going to kill him. That was decided already.
We did,
Okay.
and Ravenel was the one who wanted justice.
They came here for Ravenel. It's Ravenel's choice.
No, it's not.
Ferrick's going to shift out of the form of the man and shift back into the form of Ferrick. And Ferrick is going to walk up to Navarra and put their hand out.
Navarra will put her hand out and touch theirs.
At the end of the day, he asked for death, and it is not ours to stop him. If it was not us, it would be the hunters. If it was not the hunters, it would be by his own hand. He asked for this. That was the consent given. I understand these things are complicated for most people, but as far as his heart was made up, is what I'm trying to say. And I am sorry. I'm very sorry.
I just feel like if we would have...
If we would have what? Wasted our time here some more?
I'm concerned that there will be more and more and more of these attacks, and we don't know why, we don't know how. And interrogation could have given those answers to us, and we didn't even try. I don't want anyone to suffer. I don't want anyone in pain. But I also would rather interrogate and suffer and pain somebody else.
Have you ever
than
been tortured?
anyone
Have you ever
on
been
this team.
interrogated?
I have. Anyone on this team die. I protect all of us here.
I would rather
over
die
anyone
again
else.
than torture anybody. And Pickles is
Well,
just gonna walk away.
You might just get your wish.
Dahlia kind of looks after Pickles and looks at everyone else. He asked for justice. From Ravenel, it was meted out. We asked him everything we could, and I think we had reached the end of our ability to help him. Is there something else you would have had us do?
Just to try. Just to get answers. Just to save us. Preferably, I wish Ferrick's method would have worked. But it didn't. And I'm worried what's to come.
I know not what you have experienced, Navarra, but sometimes our plans do not work out. We must do the best we can. It was a quick death, which is perhaps more than his brotherhood would have offered him. We did try.
Navarre's gonna walk like the opposite side from where like Pickles took off and just sit against a tree away from everyone and probably not rest, but try and cool down to become collected.
Eugene will head after Pickles. I'm assuming Pickles Pickles can't sleep. I'll
Pickles can't sleep.
Eugene
Just off on the side.
Right. That answered that. Pickles, what was that? What happened?
What do you mean, what happened?
I mean, in all of our time traveling together, that's not something that you've spoken about, but even I can see you have experienced something similar.
We did talk about this. That I do remember. You know how I ended up with you. You knew why I was originally kicked out of my family, right? Did you forget? You forgot. It's okay. I was sent out on a mission with Oasis, and my team left me behind, and I was captured, and I was tortured for quite a while for information. Luckily, not being a Goliath, they believed me when I said I just wasn't part of Oasis. But yeah, I got experience. Also, who the fuck is she? She showed up, she brought back Evangeline, but didn't, right? And we now know the
Right.
prince is involved, and we just suddenly trust her? I don't know. I'm not going to deal with it.
I'm sorry that this unearthed terrible memories for you, and I'm sorry that I forgot. I'll do better.
Yeah, it's okay. I didn't remember yesterday, but that reminded me, so a bit of shock to the system.
Can I stay here with you? Do you want to be alone?
You could stay, I don't care. I didn't have any plans.
Yeah, Eugene will just sit down, put his back to a tree, and just silently hang out.
How about the rest of you?
Ferrick will move through the clearing and start to gather the bodies and pulls out their funerary kit, and they will start performing the rites.
Adalia will help. And do you want a pyre, Ferrick?
Ferrick, hesitant, gives a very brief nod.
She'll start collecting wood and helping with the bodies, bringing them all into one place. And we'll set everything up so that Ferric's funerary rites can take place and be ready to set the pyre aflame when they're ready.
Ferric will, as you like raise an arm to set the fire, Ferric will touch your wrist and say, We should wait until morning so that we do not advertise our position.
All right.
But in the morning, it will be complete.
Assuming Ferric continues first watch, Adalia will kind of like sit herself down next to them and kind of tuck herself against their side and look at this unlit pyre. I'm very tired of having to do terrible things. How much longer do you think we'll have to?
Ferric is profoundly sad and feels very shameful for this approach, and I don't think has an answer, and will just hug Adalia back.
Thanks for stopping me raving off. I got carried away.
You have a lot on your shoulders, and you have all been through a lot and come from different backgrounds.
I'm not done. This whole justice thing is not like the hopeful court justice probably isn't going to work out while we're out here. I think we should just do the fair treatment for every assassin. So if we killed one assassin that's trying to kill you and us, same treatment. Let's make it fair.
I will not stop you from your path, but I am honor bound to give those in front of me the choice. I cannot stop my calling just as you cannot stop yours.
Deal. Fade into the darkness and drift away.
I am the night.
Yeah, I will climb a tree and just keep up watch the whole entire time and make sure we're safe.
Paranoid Ambrose is back.
All right. So the rest of the night goes fairly well. No more movement. Nothing out of the ordinary. I will say that Eugene, as you drift off to sleep, you find yourself in a familiar place.
Great.
You open your eyes and it is a pink, misty, swirly room. You step forward and your friend, the prince, is sitting behind a large mahogany desk, smoking a cigar. Well, hello there, Eugene.
What the fuck do you want this time?
So good to see you again.
No formalities, just what do you have to say to me?
Oh, I thought we were going to be over this. It's been a couple days. I just thought I would remind you of our little deal that I offered and, how easy it would be to fulfill. You don't have to, you've already done so much of the work. You killed 4 people. Give me their souls, Eugene. What are you doing?
Dear.
And once you have their souls, what, you devour them? They get no taste of any form of afterlife?
Isn't this the best afterlife? He hands you a cigar. Wouldn't you want to end up here, Eugene? I mean, isn't that what you signed up for?
I didn't sign up for this. I wanted to help my friend. I don't think that killing people for you asking me to ostracize Ferric and Ambrose from me and from my party, that isn't helpful to anyone. That's not helpful to my friends.
Well, it's not helpful to me the way your friend sucks up souls. I need them. How come it's okay for him to suck them up? I have legitimate purposes. I was a god, Eugene, struck down in my prime.
And why does that? How would you having souls help with that in any way? You're still not going to be a god, no matter what you think.
Oh, ye of little faith. I assure you, if you just do this one thing for me, just a few souls.
I don't think so. I dropped the cigar.
He frowns as you drop the cigar. Says, you don't want to trifle with me, Eugene.
So you've said. And what do you have to show for it?
I have quite a bit, and I want quite a bit more. And I will not stop until I've gotten what I want. You can either be a part of this, or you can be in hell. Now, I'm giving you a lot of opportunities here, Eugene. Now, just go get me them souls, all right? Now, have a good night. Get yourself some rest. And he snaps his fingers, and you drift back off into dreamland. You wake up first, and you see that Ferric has gathered the bodies for you.
Oh my god.
I will approach Ferric. When...
Hello, Eugene. Good morning.
Hello, Ferric.
Hello.
Ferric, when you do the funeral rites on a body, what do you think happens to its soul?
Their souls go to the Ashed Lands, where Zorla waits for them. You see, life is a constant gift to death, and when you die, your soul is given in the most romantic way possible. I mean, why do you want to know these things, Eugene?
What happens when souls go to the prince instead of Zorla?
That part was not a component of my education. I am sorry that I do not have an answer for you, Eugene. I do not know.
No, I understand. It's very difficult to find anything about the prince.
I suppose when they go to the prince, they are somehow trapped or sundered or something of that nature.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what twisted things happen to souls in his domain.
Eugene will look at Ferric and nod, look down at the pile of corpses that Ferric has assembled, think about Evangeline's soul being sundered and her faint pleas for help that he has heard, and think about the torture that she must be enduring, and the torture that Pickles has endured. And he'll turn and he will walk away from the corpses.
What do you think that was all about?
Eugene is on a difficult path. I cannot claim to understand, but I think we should be careful. If he is speaking of what happens to souls when they go where they should not, he may be under the influence of one who would like to capture those souls for their own purpose.
Can I ask you something a little more cheery? This has got me all heebie-jeebied out.
Always, darling. What is it?
Well, you see, the other day Ambrose said something and I was... Never mind, it's stupid.
I don't think you've ever said anything I thought was stupid.
Are we official?
They're standing in front of a pyre, an unlit pyre of dead bodies.
This is just like this is a very normal courting ritual for the kiln. I don't know what you're talking about.
Death is a romantic gesture.
Do you want to be?
Ferric just like looks up at the sky and then looks back down. Yeah, but only if you want to be, but you know.
Wow.
Do you like me, Chuck? Yes or no?
In all seriousness, I look down at myself and I see something that has, up to a certain point, been terrified of a lot of things. Especially the fire. The fire is really the big thing that
I know.
really
the fire
just
is
fucks me up.
terrible. I know.
Fire bad, but
I know, and there's a certain amount of tension because fire is sort of my thing. But in all seriousness, Ferric, I know you said you are afraid, but I have been afraid every day of my entire life. And the first time you reached out a hand and helped me up onto a horse, I felt safe, like I was coming back to some warm, remembered place where nothing bad could ever happen. So, for the first time, I am not afraid, because you're here. And if that means we're official, then that's what I want.
if fire made you, I suppose I can learn to grow with it. And Ferric will take your hand and guide it upward and let you set the pyre aflame.
Yeah, Adalia will reach out and set the pyre burning. And she'll take Ferric's hand and say, I was born of the fire, but it made you as well. Perhaps there is symmetry in that.
Ferric nods.
And I guess we'll stand holding hands, looking at this pyre of burning bandits.
Man, Miraz, I thought you were weird with a lot of your relationships, but like that takes the cake right there.
It's surely something, Pickles.
There's literally dead people on fire. Like,
Yep, you're right.
Ambrose is standing in a tree. He's like, yes, yes.
Wow.
His fist is covering his mouth like, we got this.
So you have a quick funeral for these assassins, and you pick up camp. Today is a bright new day. It's actually a really great day. The sun is shining, birds are chirping, low humidity.
Nice.
Nice.
That's my perfect day.
What's the barometric pressure?
Yeah,
on
could
this
you give me
day?
like a pollen count or something?
AQI.
Nice little breeze.
You have another day of travel ahead of you. You'll have to ford this river. You have a cart and some horses. Any particular way you wanted to go about this Oregon Trail?
Well, Adalia, I'm still sorry. I was so wrapped up in that beautiful pyre
Absolutely.
moment that I didn't prepare my spells.
Oh, wow. So
For
you have
the
to take an
day.
extra hour to, prepare your spells.
Yeah. But Adalia is going to prep water walk. So I think we should just be able to bebop across.
so we're just gonna leave the cart here.
Water
Can you cast Water Walk on a horse? Does that work?
Up to 10 willing creatures.
Yes.
Hang on.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Horses
Wait,
are
this is
creatures, but wagons aren't.
Right. So hang on. I really was not expecting to have that do you like me yes or no chat right then, so I did not prepare my spells correctly. Give me a second.
Juliet.
How fast is the
Uh,
river moving, Cody? Are we talking like rapids? Are we talking like...
Well, let's check. Today is a pretty nice day. It is actually, the currents are going pretty quick right now.
Mhm.
I would say if there's 4 levels being like whitewater rapids, this one's a level below that. It's not quite that
Oh, wow.
intense, but it's pretty quick.
Pickles, do you think you could get big enough to just carry the cot?
Oh my god.
I could try.
I mean,
That
would that
be pretty
work?
cool.
I mean, we can slow down the river. I'm not sure we can.
I mean, I could be really big, and then I could just walk along the bottom, but I could just hold the cart above my head.
You could cast water walking on a giant creature.
Yeah, it just says 10 willing creatures. It doesn't say anything about what size they have to be. This spell grants the ability to move across any liquid surface. Up to 10 willing creatures you see within range gain this ability for the duration.
If you're walking on lava, that still hurts though, right? I mean,
Yeah, that's in the
yeah.
that's in the text. And
is it?
Yeah.
It says as
It
if
is.
it were a harmless solid ground.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That's
no,
good
because right
shit.
after that it says creatures crossing molten lava can still take damage from the heat. So that's not
There you
harmless.
go.
Mhm.
The heat ain't
But we're not
harmless.
crossing.
But
we're
if
not
it's
crossing
acid-
lava. We're
If
If
it's
this was a
acid,
lake of acid, that would be safe though, right? I mean, there's no heat from that.
It would be.
Or is there fumes?
unless it's boiling
Poison
acid.
Fumes?
Yeah, fumes, right? So since
guess
it's
if-
solid, if it counts as solid ground, do we have to worry about the current at all? Is it like walking sideways on like a treadmill?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think so, right? Yeah, it's solid.
It's like, okay, go.
Okay.
I think it's solid ground, and the
Angle.
only concern is the cart. But if Pickles can get real big and carry the cart,
Pickles, you said you have a strength of 22? Yeah, okay, so I don't think it's
Yeah, I
gonna
have
be an
a
issue.
20 strength score, so I can carry 300 pounds by D&D 5e rules.
That's it? For the strength of 20?
Strength is 15 times your strength score, or how much you can carry is 15 times your strength score.
A cart in D&D is 200
I feel like that's
pounds.
so low for like a
Yeah.
level 20 or like a 20 stat. That's
I think it's
But
different
isn't
if you
that
use
lifting
optional
it over your
encumbrance.
head and walking?
yeah, it's not like a deadlift situation. It's like, can you carry it?
Because you can drag twice as much. So you can drag like 600 pounds.
I think Waterwalk should do it, assuming Pickles can get real big.
Yeah, Googling it, it looks like a cart wouldn't be outside of her capacity, and I think all those spells and abilities would cover it.
How far across is this river?
It's not too far for it to be for an hour for water walking. I don't think that would be a problem.
Oh, giants might only last a minute at a time, so I need to know
you could
if
do
I
it
can.
in a minute, yeah.
In a
You
minute?
could walk
Okay.
it in a minute.
We'll run really fast with the cart over my head.
Action dash.
You would de-rein the horses and cast it on them, and Pickles would grow and pick up the cart, and everyone gets water walking and hops, skips, and jumps across.
You can fit like one person if you want to ride. Alright, no? Alright.
No
I got-
takers.
Adalia will definitely hold Ferric's hand while they walk, as if it's just like a nice stroll. I haven't seen many rivers. Are they always like this? So,
Usually you can't
Violent.
walk on them, but you made that work,
Oh.
so I don't know. This is my first time walking on water, so this goes against all of my experience with rivers.
all right, I do strive to be a unique experience.
Can you guys hurry up?
Oh yes.
You cross the river, and you have made your way into the concurrent theocracy. You take a look around and notice that it looks nearly identical to Mornstead. The same birds are chirping, the same squirrels are running in the trees, the same kind of trees. You look across the river, and it's, as far as the land is concerned, nothing's changed. But you all get a sinking feeling as you start stepping through the woods, as you see upon the path signs with a big hand on it that say, "You are now entering the concurrent theocracy. Citizens of Mornstead, stay out.
Oh boy.
Poaching on these grounds can be prosecuted."
I wish we had that
Right.
face changer.
I mean, I'm not technically from Mornstead, so I think I'm good.
Yeah, you guys are fucked.
Yeah. Me and Ferric are safe.
You're actually a resident now. According to Mornstead law, it's only like a week or two. So
You guys own property in Mornstead and pay taxes.
We do.
Or
We're
I guess they don't pay
landowners.
taxes,
We
but,
haven't paid any taxes yet, so like,
We haven't paid any taxes. So, we haven't
Yeah.
paid any
Snow
taxes,
people.
so I'm pretty sure we're fine.
I'm sure that the Ordemal courts will honor that. These people haven't paid any taxes. But aside from the signs and such, you don't see any guards or anything like that. It's just kind of vague signage. You do see that it looks like this road is patrolled. There are various footprints coming up and down it, but there's no one present.
can we get the map?
Yeah, I was actually just about to do that for you.
Thank you.
Just thinking the same thing. So you guys are in this little wooded hamlet area down here.
Well, I guess we head north and hit Blackwood.
that's where we're going, right? That's where the thing is?
Mm-hmm.
We hope
Possibly.
Or at least where you think the thing is.
Right.
Right. You think that within this cave, you have been told is a door much like you found in the house of Lord Abernathy that would lead to whatever realm the Black Matron calls home, which according to your research is the Blackwood. You should be able to make it there by the end of the day, especially if once you go off trail there, if that's the way you'd like to approach, and just go for a straight shot. If you want to follow the trail and go up and around, you could probably get there by nightfall.
I feel with the new information we've been given and the fact that we might be looking at other assassin forces and other such non-desirables catching us, it might be smart to go off the trail and head straight for Blackwood.
I agree.
Cody, does it look like the cart would be able to fit off trail? Like, what's the distance between trees and shit? Or is it we'll have to ditch the cart
That makes sense.
and just bring the horses?
If you wanted to exit the trail here, you would probably have to ditch the cart. But if you were to go just beyond the woods line there, you think you could straight shot it even with the cart. It just might be a bumpy ride.
I'm in favor of that personally. I think having a cart is helpful for the amount of stuff we have.
I mean, it looks like this is patrolled a lot, though, so, like, do we really want a chance coming across anybody?
I think we are unlikely to find many resources here. I am reluctant to let go of the ones we have.
What's in our cart right now? Like, what are we actually carrying in the cart?
I mean, ever since you got the bag of holding, not as much,
Ham.
right? I mean, most of it's in the bag now. It used to have all kinds of junk.
Yeah.
100 pounds of ham.
I think we've mainly just
ham.
been using it for transportation purposes since there's not enough horses for all of us.
Right.
I don't think there's really that much shit.
Definitely the first leg of your journey, you were transporting some various junk, selling goods,
Yeah.
whatever you had in your inventory that was too big. But at this point, most of it's
Bananas.
made it to the bag.
Just room temp cold cuts.
Oh God.
You guys are going to open up a Subway from the back of your cart and sell room temp cold cuts.
If you think it unlikely that we need to move quite as quickly, my concern was mainly that we do not have the horses to travel with our entire party.
We can take the horses.
You do think you could unhitch the horses and lead them through the woods, but you would have to ditch the large,
Alright.
bulky cart if you were to go that route.
Whatever you all think is best, then.
I think we should just ditch the cart. Just go through the
All
woods,
right.
be less noticeable.
Lay low.
With the bag of holding, I don't see as much of a need for it as we had beforehand.
I agree.
All right.
I could stretch my legs, walk a bit.
All right.
I wish we'd discussed this before I carried the cart across the river, because I kind of feel like the cart would have been safer on the other side.
Right.
Do you think we could maybe paint something on it like praise the master?
Do you want to hide it somewhere, or?
I mean, we still got, like, probably like 30 minutes on water walking. Do we just carry it back?
Do you think we'll be coming back for it?
No. That's a good point.
I think if we are to say goodbye to it, it is unlikely that we will return here, especially in need of a cart.
I mean, we ever come back, we can push in the forest, paint it green, throw some trees all over it, come back some other time, you know?
Painting the cart part 2. Got it.
All right. So you think you want to hide it?
Yeah, we're just gonna like dump it somewhere and then paint it.
Yeah,
We're just
actually
dumping
gonna
it.
hide it.
So not so hidden, just kind of hidden in the open, but painted green.
No, in the forest, just covered in
okay.
like right, past like one tree, just a little bit further in, but then we just throw some trees and throw some branches and stuff all over, and just have it, just
Okay.
chill there.
Should we just, like, take a wheel? That way nobody
Oh.
could use it?
I don't see why not.
Oh, that's very smart.
That's very
It's
smart.
just gonna rip a wheel off of it. All right.
Hey, look, now you have a shield.
They won't see me coming.
All right. So you hide the cart, rip a wheel off, paint it, hide it with some branches, and lead the horses off into the woods. And after a while, you find the edge of the wood line, and you are at the foot of some very large hills. They are very tall, but not very rugged, mostly just kind of like a mound. Eventually, you find your way around to a very out of the ordinary large clearing where it looks like there's been some manual work done. You see some mine cart tracks. You see a large opening with timber bracers, and in the very front, you see a sign that says "Danger, Abandoned Mine." And I think that is where we are going to call it for the week.
Okay.
Thanks for joining me, everybody. Thanks for playing. I had a lot of fun listening to you guys argue and try to torture the poor assassins. All they did was try and assassinate somebody. I mean, that's not that big.
It's happened to all of us, honestly.
If you'd like to talk to the crew, come jump in Discord and hang out with us. Discord.gg/The Homebrew Podcast. We have a really awesome community growing, so come on, check it out, and you can congratulate Ferric and Idalia on finally getting together, and anything else you
Facebook
got to say.
official, baby.
Give your vote of support for torture or vote of against torture. If you got a couple extra dollars, come check out our Patreon. Patreon.com/thehomebrew. $2 gets you access to all kinds of stuff. We have monthly rotating wallpaper, PDFs. $10 you can get a shout out on the show. All kinds of stuff. If you like dice, which who doesn't, go check out fanrolldice.com. Get yourself some dice. Use promo code Homebrew at checkout, 10% off everything on the site. And remember, you are loved. You are as loved as much as Ferric and Adelia seem to love each other, which is just so beautiful. I've only ever seen that kind of thing happen once or twice in a D&D game, so it's always remarkable when two characters meet and fall in love. And you are important. You're as important as, well, torture. And torture is like the most important tool in the Interrogator's rulebook. I don't know why you didn't do it. I mean, I'm gonna rip his teeth out. And you matter. You matter as much as magic. Magic solves all problems. Have a great week, everybody. See you next time.